Hello. Today we're looking at perceptual mapping, one of the most visual and useful tools in all of branding. It answers a deceptively simple question. How do customers actually see your brand compared to everyone else? By the end of this, you'll know how to draw a map of your entire market, how to run the survey behind it, and how to spot the gaps where real opportunities hide. Let's start with the problem. Here's something most businesses get wrong. They assume they know how their brand is perceived. But do your customers actually agree with your own view of yourself? And maybe more importantly, how do you stack up against your competitors? Not in your head, but through the customer's eyes. Those perceptions drive who people choose, and most companies are flying blind on them. Perceptual mapping fixes that. The core idea is this. Every customer carries a mental map of the brands in a market. They roughly know who's premium, who's cheap, who's trendy, who's reliable, even if they've never thought about it consciously. And here's the key truth. Your position isn't what you say it is. It's what they think it is. The good news? The mental map isn't invisible. You can actually draw it. So what is perceptual mapping? It's a visual technique that plots how customers perceive competing brands across the attributes that matter. So you can see your position in the market at a single glance. Instead of a spreadsheet of ratings, you get one picture of your entire competitive landscape. It's one of those rare tools where the output is genuinely intuitive, even to people who've never seen one before. Before we build one, let's learn to read it. A perceptual map has a few simple parts. The axes are the attributes that matter most, things like price or quality. The dots are the brands. When two dots sit close together, it means customers see those brands as similar, so they compete directly. And empty space on the map? That's often a possible opportunity, a spot no brand currently owns. Keep that last one in mind. It's where the real magic is. Let's make this concrete with a coffee shop market. We've got 5 players. Daily Grind, that's our brand. Bean Bar, a premium artisan spot. Quick Cup, cheap and fast. Cozy Corner, a traditional cafe. And Urban Roast, the trendy newcomer everyone's talking about. By the end, we'll see exactly where each one sits in customers' minds, and where Daily Grind should head next. Step 1 is 2 decisions. First, which brands to include, the competitors your customers actually consider when choosing, and second, which attributes to test. Things like price, quality, speed, atmosphere, trendiness, and healthiness. Here's the key constraint. You can only map perceptions you actually ask about, so choose attributes that genuinely matter to customers, or you'll end up with a tidy map that misses the point. Now the survey itself. For each attribute, you ask people to rate every brand on a scale, let's say 1 to 7. So you'd ask, how well does affordable describe Daily Grind? How about Bean Bar, Quick Cup? And you repeat that for quality, for speed, for atmosphere, and so on. Every attribute across every brand. It sounds like a lot, but it's quick and repetitive for respondents. And those average ratings become each brand's position on the map. Two more questions really round this out. First, an awareness and a usage question. Which of these brands have you heard or visited? That matters because people can't meaningfully rate a brand they don't know. And second, an open-ended one. What's the first word that comes to mind for each brand? That free text answer adds the why behind the positions, the gut feelings and associations, and that the numbers alone can't capture. Who you ask is crucial here. Survey people who actually use the category, real coffee buyers, not the general public. Use screening questions up front to qualify them. A screener just filters the right people in. And get a solid sample, so each brand's average rating is stable rather than driven by a handful of opinions. One reminder worth repeating: people can only rate brands they're aware of, so awareness shapes who can rate what. Here's the whole survey in order. First, screen to qualify category users. Then ask awareness, which brands they actually know. Next, have them rate each known brand on every attribute. After that, the open-ended impression question. And finally, capture a few demographics. Run it in this same order every time, and your results stay clean and comparable, study after study. Now we build the map. The simplest, clearest version takes your two most important attributes and uses them as the axes. For our coffee market, let's use price along the bottom, from affordable on the left to premium on the right, and style on the side, from traditional at the bottom to trendy at the top. With those axes set, each brand gets placed at its average score on both. Let's start filling it in. Here come the brands. Quick Cup lands in the affordable traditional quarter, cheap and no frills. Cozy Corner sits mid-price and traditional. Bean Bar is premium and trendy, up in the top right, and Urban Roast lands right next to Bean Bar, premium and trendy too. And Daily Grind, our brand, sits right in the middle of the pack. Just like that, the whole market is visible in a single picture. Now the interesting part. What does this picture tell us? This is the payoff. Look at Bean Bar and Urban Roast, crowded together in that premium trendy corner. They're fighting over the exact same customers. A crowded, expensive battle. Now look at the opposite story. The affordable and trendy corner is completely empty. Nobody owns it. That empty space, what we call white space, is a genuine positioning opportunity for Daily Grind. Trendy energy at an approachable price, a spot no competitor currently holds. Our map uses two attributes at the axes, which is perfect for learning. But what if you have 10 attributes and don't want to pick just two? There's a statistical method that handles this. It reduces all those attributes down to two underlying dimensions automatically, and it can place the brands and the attributes together on one map. One common version is called correspondence analysis. The idea is exactly the same as our simple map, it's just powered by more inputs. Worth knowing it exists as you go deeper. Let's stay balanced. The strengths: perceptual mapping turns fuzzy, hard to describe perceptions into one clear picture. It reveals who your real competitors are and where the gaps lie, and is excellent for positioning and for tracking how perceptions shift over time. But the limitations matter too. The map is only as good as the brands and attributes you chose to include. Two axes can oversimplify a complex market. Perceptions change, so any map is just a snapshot. And be careful, an empty gap might be empty simply because nobody actually wants what would go there. So read it with judgment. 5 things to take with you. Your position is what customers think, not what you claim. To find it, rate every brand on every attribute. Plot the map so you can see your whole market in one view. Use it to spot your real competitors and the white space where opportunity lives. And remember that perceptions shift over time, so revisit the map periodically. Do that and you'll always know exactly where you stand and where you could go next. Thank you for watching.